Hey guys, I've been gone a while, but I promise that the wait is worth it. I have been working on a pretty big visual overhaul of the game, that I'll show you guys in just a moment. Now, it's no secret that I'm not an artist. I do what I can in the visuals department, and because of that, graphics have been consistently behind in quality, so I set out to change that. There's quite a few things to learn if you want to make your game look good, like color theory or scene composition for example, which I didn't even know existed. Did I learn any of it? Of course not, there's no time for that when you're developing a multiplayer competitive shooter on your own. So how did you improve the visuals, you may ask? Well, when you don't have the talent or the knowledge, you do the only thing you can do. You copy, and that's what I did. So here's a few tricks to improve your game's visuals. First, you pick a really nice looking map from a game that you like or are trying to mimic. You extract the color palette, and then you apply those colors to the materials that you created. You can do this by using color extracting tools that you can easily find with a Google search, or even using ChatGPT. With this workflow, you can have good color palettes and color cohesion without being an actual artist. But this is only the first step, because if you have good colors with bad lighting, the game is still gonna look terrible. So the second step was messing with the normals in my materials. For the people that don't know, normals are an image, or as we game devs call them, a map, that represent detail. Those can be things like fissures in a rock, or a tile detail for example. And they are used to fake more detail than the geometry actually has. They also influence how lighting interacts with materials, so having a very strong normal is gonna make shadows look darker. And since we're going for that stylized look, I needed to soften my normals quite a bit. The last step was actually asking for help with lighting. Apparently, I have zero talent for art, and so I need to ask for help from a couple of friends. We spent a lot of time messing around with colors in Discord, and I think we reached a good result. The next area that I wanted to improve was the animations. The ninja was good, the Viking needed a few tweaks, but the Dryad needed a complete redo. I'm not the best animator, but I think that the new animations came out way better than the previous ones. Thanks to Unreal 5, you can now rig, skin and animate inside the engine itself. And with that, I can bypass Blender almost entirely, using it only for small tweaks if necessary. Having an Unreal 5 to Unreal 4 workflow really makes your life much easier. It's not perfect yet. I encountered some issues with exporting data which I suspect were bugs because the tools are still early, but those are minor issues. To get the animations right, I had to discover keyframes and animation curves to make things look more natural. Looping run cycles were definitely the hardest. It took me a few attempts until I got them right. For the Dryad, I tried to make her move like a ballerina and have softer movements. Although, with a lack of experience, I don't think it came out 100% like that. For the Viking, I only redid the reload animation, which was way too simple before. On the tech side of things, I fixed a long-standing issue, where visual effects would play twice, with a custom animation notify, which was a thing I didn't even know existed before. Right now, the game is in a playable state, so if you want to play the game, or just hang out, join us on Discord. I will leave a link in the description below. And I'll see you guys next time.